Hello everyone, now we have to discuss step response of series RLC circuit with S domain analysis. First we have to get the circuit diagram. Step domain analysis, right? R, L, finally we have C. This is C, this is L, this is R, this is switch, this is what U of T, okay? Plus minus, that's it. A unit step voltage U of T is applied across an RLC circuit having zero initial conditions. That is, we see 0 minus should be equals to 0, like that IL 0 minus should be equals to 0. We don't consider any initial conditions in this case. Therefore, in Laplace domain, the current through the circuit is given by, so what is the current? We all know that I of s should be equals to 1 by s by r plus ls plus 1 by s. Just apply KVL, from that we will get I of s. Okay, that's why here I can return directly the value of is, since Laplace of u of t, which is nothing but what, 1 by s, like that z of s should be equals to what, r plus ls plus 1 by cs. Clear? So from this I of s should be equals to, we can write 1 by rs plus ls square plus 1 by, here it is 1 by s, simply it is 1 by c, right? Sorry, this is only c, right? Therefore from this what we have, which is equals to 1 by L by the square plus R by L into S plus 1 by LC. Let us say this is what, assume as characteristic equation, right? This is in quadratic form. Therefore I of s should be, we can write 1 by L by roots are s plus alpha into s plus beta, that's it, where alpha and beta is equals to, we all know that r by 2l plus r minus r by 2l whole square minus 1 by LC, we all know that. So based upon this beta we will get the different values of alpha and beta, because r by minus r by 2l is what, fixed one, but if r by 2l whole square is more than 1 by LC, we are having one value. If it is equals to 1 by LC, we are having another value. If it is less than 1 by LC, we are having another value. Finally, how many cases we have to discuss? Case 1, right? What is the case 1? R by 2l whole square 1 by LC, that is case 1. Case 2, r by 2l whole square which is equals to 1 by LC, like that. Case 3, r by 2l whole square less than 1 by LC. So this is the case we discussed in time domain analysis, right? But to simplify the analysis, here I am considering one example for each and every case. For case 1 I will consider one example, for case 2 I will consider one example, for case 3 I will consider one example. So in order to simplify this analysis very easily, now here I am considering the damping ratio concept. So what is this damping ratio, sir? It's nothing but, let us say this can be zeta. The notation is nothing but zeta, right? The damping ratio is a dimensionless measure which describes how oscillations in a system decay after a disturbance. Means, for example, let us consider right. We consider this response. See, from here to here, like that, from here to here up to infinite. So from here to here is what? Transient state, right? Because the system is not under steady state, we are going to get oscillations in the system. That state is nothing but what? Transient state. This is what? Steady state. This is example only. See, now we have to read this statement. The damping ratio is a dimensionless measure which describes how oscillations in a system sorry, how oscillations in a system decay after a disturbance. So from here to here is nothing but disturbance, right? Transient. From here to here, this is nothing but disturbance, right? So see, for different value of damping ratio, we are having different response. See, if it is 0.1, this is the response, that is same like this, right? That is same like this, that is underdamped system. We can call it as underdamped system, like that. If it is 0.25, this is the system response. See, if zeta is gradually increases from 0 to 1, we don't have any oscillations, right? If zeta value is very less, obviously we are going to get disturbance in the system. If it is increased from 0 to 1, we don't have any oscillations in the system. See, if it is 1, this is the response. See, from here to here only transient, from here to here constant. If it is greater than 1, that is 1.5, this is the response, right? This is the response. See, now we will discuss for different values of zeta how we will get the response and what are the nature of the poles for that quadratic equation. Okay, so to clear cut concept, I will consider what is that equation for us. Consider characteristic equation. Please listen carefully, this concept is very much important. You have a subject control system, in that you have this concept time domain analysis, in that you have clear cut concept of damping analysis. So what is the characteristic equation? We all know that s square plus r by l into s plus 1 by LC. Okay, let us say this is quadratic equation which is equals to 0. Okay, Now here I can provide x square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square, which is equal to 0. Okay, this is the obtained characteristic equation. This is assumed equation. Compare equation 1 and 2. Therefore 2 zeta omega n, which is equals to what? R by L, and omega n square, which is equals to 1 by LC. We all know that from this omega n is what? 1 by root LC. What is the resonance frequency under resonance? 1 by root LC, right? Where omega n is natural frequency of oscillations. Right? Where omega n is the natural frequency of oscillation, which is resonant frequency under resonance. You all know that, right? Omega n, which is equals to 1 by root LC. Clear? Next, from this 2 zeta omega n equals to R by L. Listen carefully. 2 zeta omega n, which is equals to R by L. Therefore from this 2 zeta 1 by root LC, which is equals to R by L. From this we have to get zeta. Therefore from this zeta is equals to zeta, which is equals to R by 2 square root of C by L. R by 2 square root of C by L. This is the zeta. Now we have to discuss different cases. Case 1, that is like that. Case 2, case 3, case 4. Okay. First I would like to discuss zeta greater than 1. Next zeta, which is equals to 1, zeta less than 1, now zeta, which is equals to 0. Zeta is more than 1 means what? Zeta is equals to 1, zeta less than 1, zeta is equals to 0. So zeta more than 1 is nothing but, you all know that from beta R by 2L whole square 1 by LC, right? So from this you have to get R by 2 square root of C by L, which is nothing but zeta more than 1 is nothing but R by 2L whole square greater than 1 by LC, like that, which is what? R by 2L whole square, which is equals to 1 by LC. Zeta less than 1 means what? R by 2L whole square less than 1 by LC. That's it. So by default, what we have discussed in case of time domain analysis of series RLC circuit, R by 2L whole square 1 by LC. R by 2L square, which is equals to 1 by LC. R by 2L whole square less than 1 by LC. Now we have to discuss with respect to zeta. That's it. To get the concept very clearly. Okay. So first case 1. So how this zeta is more than 1 should be equals to R by 2L whole square greater than 1 by LC. If you have any doubt, just go through this. See, zeta more than 1 means what? This R by 2 square root of C by L should be more than 1. Yes, you have to cross check from this. Okay, you have to cross check from this. Case 1, what is that? zeta more than 1. Zeta more than 1. What is the nature of poles in this case? We all know that both alpha and beta are real and not equal, right? Let us say, what is the equation 1 by L? What we have? 1 by L by S plus alpha into S plus beta, right? I of S. One by L by S plus alpha into S plus beta, right? Which is, by using partial fractions, we can write that K1 by S plus alpha plus K2 by S plus beta, right? From this to get K1, 1 by L by, we don't have S plus alpha, when S is equals to minus alpha, which is equals to what? 1 by L into beta minus alpha. Like that, K2 is equals to what? 1 by L, we don't have S plus beta here, when S is equals to minus beta, which is equals to 1 by L into, sorry, alpha minus beta. Alpha minus beta. So we have K1, K2, then substitute this K1, K2 into this equation. Therefore, I of S should be equals to 1 by L by S plus alpha into S plus beta, which is equals to 1 by L into beta minus alpha by S plus alpha plus 1 by L into alpha minus beta by S plus beta, right? This 1 by L into beta minus alpha is constant, like that 1 by L into alpha minus beta is constant, that is by inverse Laplace transform. I of t is what? By inverse Laplace transform, I of t should be equals to 1 by L into beta minus alpha. 1 by S plus A is nothing but what? Or you can say, sorry, this is 1 by L into beta minus alpha, which is what? E power minus alpha t, plus like that 1 by L into alpha minus beta e power minus beta t. That's it. This is the response from this case 1. Okay. Now here I am considering one example. Let us consider one quadratic equation, that is s square plus zeta more than 1, right? S square plus 4s plus 1, which is equal to 0. Now we have to compare this equation from this equation. So from this, omega n is equals to 1, 2 zeta omega n equals to 4, right? 2 zeta omega n is equals to 4 and omega n is equals to 1. Therefore, zeta, which is equals to what? 2, right? Zeta is nothing but 2, which is more than 1, right? Zeta is equals to 2, which is more than 1, which is more than 1. Therefore, what is the nature of the poles? Both alpha and beta are real and not equal. Both roots are real and not equal. Let us check. If we have real and not equal roots, let us check. right? So from this, how to calculate the roots? Simple. You can say that the roots are, let us say, s1 s2, which is equals to minus 4 plus or minus b square 16 minus 4 by 2. From this we can have minus 4 plus or minus square root of 12 means what? 2 root 3 by 2. So from this s1 comma s2, which is equals to what? Minus 2 plus or minus root 3, right? See, s1 is what? Minus 2 plus root 3, that is s1 which is equals to minus 2 plus root 3, and s2 which is equals to what? Minus 2 minus root 3. Both are real and unequal. Satisfied? Both are real and unequal. So like this you have to get that different types of roots. So this is the perfect example for this case 1. Okay, now let's discuss case 2. What is the case 2? What we have discussed? Yeah, zeta is equals to 1. Zeta which is equals to 1. If it is equals to 1, what is the nature of poles? Alpha and beta are equal to each other. That is, say alpha which is equals to beta, let us say gamma. The root is nothing but gamma. Okay, let's verify. And this, at this case, what is I of s? Because beta is equals to 0, we don't have any 1 by L by, in place of alpha plus beta, alpha plus s plus gamma whole square, right? When alpha, beta, gamma, because both are equal, that's why we have to consider this guy, right? Therefore from this I of t is what? Simple, 1 by L is constant. This is what? T into e power minus gamma into t. That's it. This is the response from this case 2. Now we have to consider one example to verify the nature of the poles. What is the nature? Both are equal. Let us consider example. For that, to get zeta is equals to 1, right? Let us consider s square plus 2s plus 1. S square plus 2s plus 1, which is equal to 0. Just we have to compare this equation with what? S square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square, which is equal to 0. Therefore from this, zeta is equals to 1. Zeta which is equals to 2 by 2 into 1, which is equals to 1, right? So zeta is equals to 1, satisfied. Now we have to get the roots. S1 and S2, which is equals to what? Minus 2 plus or minus, sorry, this is simple quadratic equation. Simply s square plus 2s plus 1 should be equals to s plus 1 whole square, right? Which is equals to 0. From this, s1 and s2, which is equals to what? Minus 1 comma minus 1, right? Then tell me. Roots are real, right? Real minus 1, negative real part, real and equal, minus 1 and minus 1. Satisfied? Alpha which is equals to beta, which is equals to minus 1. That is alpha which is equals to beta, which is equals to minus 1. That is the case. Okay. This is about case 2. Now we will discuss case 3. What is that case 3? zeta more than 1 completed, zeta which is equals to 1 completed. Now we have to discuss zeta less than 1. Okay, that is, in this case I of s should be equals to, let us take 1 by L by s plus a naught minus j b, sorry, already we discussed this concept earlier. Let us do the analysis in simplest way. I am not considering any alpha beta terminology. We all know that if zeta less than 1, what is the nature of poles? Roots are complex conjugate. Roots are complex conjugate. Let us consider one example. Already we discussed this case in case of time domain analysis. Just go through that, don't worry. Let us s square plus 2s plus 4 which is equal to 0. From this, the value of zeta should be equals to 2 by 2 into 2 which is equals to 0.5, which is less than 1, right? Zeta is equals to 0.5, less than 1. Therefore, now we have to get s1 s2 which is equals to minus 2 plus or minus 4 minus 16 by 2. From this, minus 2 plus or minus j 2 root 3 by 2, right? Therefore, s1 is what? Minus 1 plus j root 3, like that. S2 is what? Minus 1 minus j root 3. See, from this we can conclude that roots are complex conjugates. That is, s1 which is equals to what? S2 conjugate. This is very, very important observation. This is case 3. Now we will discuss case 4. That is, zeta is equals to 0. Zeta which is equals to 0 means what? S square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square which is equals to 0. We don't have any zeta term because zeta is equals to 0. This term should be equals to 0. Therefore, what we have? S square plus omega n square which is equals to 0. Okay. Now let's discuss one example. Let us take s square plus 4 which is equals to 0. From this, s square which is equals to minus 4. S is equals to what? Minus 4, that is plus or minus 2j. That is, s1 is equals to plus 2j, s2 is equals to minus 2j, right? These are the roots. So these are the roots for this case 4. Now I will summarize this by using one example. See, what is case 1? Zeta more than 1. In that, what is the nature of poles? Real and unequal. See, we have one pole, we have another pole, right? That is overdamped system. That is overdamped system. If you check this diagram with that initial diagram itself, okay? If it is if it is zeta which is equals to 1, what is that? Only we have what? Only we have what? Real and equal. We have multiple poles. Maybe for example, here we have another pole. Okay, it is real and unequal. Here real and equal. Poles are real and equal. That's why same location we have to provide. When it comes to zeta less than 1, complex conjugate, right? Complex conjugate poles. That is under damped system. That is under damped. If it is zeta more than 1, over damped. If it is zeta is equal to 0, we have what? Plus 2j. Example, minus 2j, right? Both are present on imaginary axis. That is undamped system. This is critically damped. Simple. We have what? Zeta is equal to 1, critically damped. If it is less than 0, if it is equal to 0, undamped. If it is less than 1, underdamped. If it is more than 1, overdamped. So this is about second order step response.